that it has pleased His Excellency the President, Brigadier Retired Dr. Julius Maada Bio, to announce the following appointments. Dr. Austin H. Demby, Minister of Health. Mr. Amara Kalon, Minister of Public Administration and Political Affairs. Mr. Jiwo Abdullahi, Minister of Environment and Climate Change. Mr. Muhammad Oman Bangura, Minister of Youth Affairs. Mr. Mohamed R. Soare, Minister of Employment, Labor and Social Security. Major General Retired David T. O. Taluva, Minister of Internal Affairs. Dr. Henry N. Baka, Minister of Agriculture and Food Security. Mr. Cherno Ba, Minister of Information and Civic Education. Alhaji Kanja Sise, Minister of Energy. Ambassador Alhaji Fande Toure, Minister of Transport and Aviation. Ambassador Tamba Lamina, Minister of Local Government and Community Affairs. Dr. Sao Pato Hannah Maxkine, Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation. Mrs. Princess Duba, Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources. Mrs. Nabila F. Tunis, Minister of Tourism and Cultural Affairs. Dr. Turat Senesi, Minister of Lands, Housing and Country Planning. Ms. Kenye Bali, Minister of Planning and Economic Development. Mrs. Melrose Kaminti, Minister of Social Welfare. Dr. Aissata Mahoy, Minister of Gender and Children's Affairs. Dr. Dennis Sandi, Minister of Works and Public Assets. Mrs. Augusta James Tima, Minister of Sports. Ms. Haja Salimatu Ba, Minister of Communication, Technology and Innovation. Mr. Adekunle King, Minister of the Western Region. Mr. Abu Abdullahi Kuruma, Resident Minister, North. Mr. Mohammed E.K. Ali, Resident Minister, South. Ambassador Umaru B. Wuri, Resident Minister, Northwest. Mr. Beshe Jusu Ngobe, Resident Minister, East. Deputy Ministers. Colonel Retired Mwana Brightman Sarkoy, Deputy Minister of Defense. Mr. Alpha Sisi, Deputy Minister of Justice. Dr. Charles Senesi, Deputy Minister of Health 1. Dr. Jalikatu Mustafa, Deputy Minister of Health 2, Mr. Philip Tetema Tondone, Deputy Minister of Public Administration and Political Affairs, Mr. Patrick M. Jibrila, Deputy Minister of Youth Affairs, Mr. Mohamed Lansana Dumboya, Deputy Minister of Employment, Labor and Social Security, Dr. Teresa T. Dick, Deputy Minister 1 of Agriculture and Food Security, Mr. Sir Hemo, Deputy Minister 2 of Agriculture and Food Security, Dr. Elgred Tunde Taylor, Deputy Minister of Energy, Mr. Yusuf Keketoma Sandi, Deputy Minister of Information and Civic Education, Mr. Rex Bonafa, Deputy Minister of Transport and Aviation, Mr. Alfred Jamiu, Deputy Minister of Local Government and Community Affairs, Engineer Francis A. Kalon, Deputy Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Mrs. Haja Aisata Abdullahi Kamara, Deputy Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources, Mrs. Kadiatu G. A. Kamara, Deputy Minister of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, Ms. Phyllis Kapu, Deputy Minister of Lands, Housing and Country Planning, the Reverend Dr. Jonathan Titus Williams, Deputy Minister of Planning and Economic Development, Mr. Hindoa Bwakai Bindi, Deputy Minister of Gender and Children's Affairs, Mrs. Queen Fofana, Deputy Minister of Works and Public Assets, Mr. Ibrahim Sano, Deputy Minister of Communication, Technology and Innovation. And now for other appointments. The Honorable Alhaji Dr. Alpha Bakar Sahid Kanu, Presidential Spokesman, Mr. Solomon Jamiru, Press Secretary, Dr. Kande Yunkela, Chairman, Presidential Initiative for Climate Change, Renewable Energy and Food Security, Ambassador Michael Imran Kanu, Ambassador and Permanent Representative for Sierra Leone to the United Nations, Ambassador Amara Sowa, Deputy Permanent Representative for Sierra Leone to the United Nations, Brigadier General Retired Kelly Conte, National Security Advisor, Mr. Ernest Ndomahina, Commissioner, National Commission for Social Action, Mr. Lamina P. Vamboy, State Chief of Protocol, Mr. Abdul Bakra, Executive Officer 1, Office of the President, Mr. Kamo K. Conte, Executive Officer 2, office of the President. And that's the end of this public notice from the office of the President, signed Julius F. Sandy, Doctor, PhD, Secretary to the President, and dated 15th July 20